Jamie reveals the terrible pressures he faced at work and at home. I kept it inside for too long. Jamie Dornan sat in front of the dark wooden table, looking at the flickering candlelight reflected through the small window. His face was startled, his eyes distant as if looking into the past like a broken mirror. He had kept silent for too long. It all started when he had just reached the peak of his acting career. All the lights, all the praises made him feel suffocated. In his heart, there was not joy but a feeling of emptiness, as if he was living in a wall of silence, where he did not dare to share his deepest feelings. In his 20s, Jamie always heard compliments about his handsome face, about his strong acting ability. But few people knew that behind that halo was a dark moment that he stubbornly kept hidden. He recalled the first day he received the main role in a blockbuster. The feeling of having grasped the role was the pinnacle, but also the beginning of a series of nameless pressures. The expectations of the audience, the producers, and himself were like a layer of mist, like a giant boulder weighing down on his shoulders. The first time, he sighed softly. Pressure from the spotlight, the pressure of work came from all directions. Jamie had to maintain the image of a hero, a perfect man in front of the camera and even the hidden camera phone. Online comments, gossip magazines, made him feel like there was no way back. During a television interview, when the reporter asked about his personal life, Jamie smiled awkwardly, answering simply, "I'm fine." No one knew that he had just cried backstage before stepping on stage. Each new role brought greater expectations. Each time he appeared in public, reporters were waiting to catch a weakness to exploit. Jamie felt divided. One side was his real self, and the other side was the fake image that others wanted him to be. At his peak, he appeared on television with his heart pounding and cold sweat pouring out regardless of the room temperature. He tried to smile and answer smoothly, but inside he was broken. Pressure from family. But work is not everything. His family is also a source of long-term anxiety. He is not only a famous actor, he is also a father, a husband, a son. Work constantly takes him away from home, his wife, children and parents. Filming trips abroad last for months. His wife, a gentle and mature woman, tries to shoulder her own life and take care of the children alone. He knows she is tired and under great pressure, but he does not show it. With each video call, Jamie sees his child bewildered by the faint reflection on the screen, like a stranger. His parents are also getting older. The father who admired him in the past now often sits looking at the family photo with a distant gaze. His mother was healthier, but always worried about her famous son's health. And every time Jamie called, he would just say "I'm fine," even though his heart was scared all night about the lack of connection, the invisibility in the family. Breaking into silence. One evening, he couldn't take it anymore. The camera stopped rolling. He drove home in the rain. It was quiet, except for the sound of rain hitting the windshield. Jamie parked outside, sat in the car, turned on some soft music, and cried. His tears weren't just from exhaustion, they were from isolation, from having kept them inside for so long. He missed his wife and children, the image of a normal family day that he feared would no longer exist. He feared that one day he would wake up to a sea of emotionless, lonely eyes. He ran into the house, not waking anyone up, just turning on the small light in the living room, sat down on the sofa, and pulled out his phone. He started recording. No audience, no reporters, just him and his trembling voice. I've kept it inside for so long. The pressure of work, the pressure of the spotlight. I find myself separating my image from my real self. My wife and children. Every time I'm away from home, I'm afraid of losing touch with them. I'm afraid I can't live up to the role I played yesterday and forget the person I love today. Jamie said out loud things he'd never shared before, not even with his family. He cried. His voice was hoarse, but his heart was light. In that moment of darkness, he allowed himself to be vulnerable. The first disclosure. The next morning, he decided to do something he'd never done before, write a public letter, sending it to his manager and media representatives. I want to say these are my most honest thoughts. I want the audience to know, even though I am successful, I can fall. Even though I am famous, I need family, peace and someone to listen. I write to release. I don't need everything to be perfect, I just need to be myself. The letter was posted on the official website. He signed it, Jamie D. The reaction came very quickly. Fans expressed their feelings, wished him peace, shared that they were also tired of following the perfect image imposed by society. His wife was surprised and touched when she saw him dare to show weakness. His parents cried when reading each line, then called him, giving him the comfort he had longed for. The miracle began. After the letter was shared, his work environment began to be sympathetic. His manager allowed him to reduce his work schedule, giving him time to rest between filming crews. The producers took an interest in his mental health, no longer just seeing him as a perfect role. Jamie spent more time with his family, taking the daughter to the park, teaching her to cook, watching his wife laugh in the kitchen with eyes full of love. He told her about the pressures, the sleepless nights, the times he asked, "Are we okay?" And she said, "I'm always okay with this family, as long as I'm honest with us." Chapter 7. The Journey to Healing. Jamie began his journey of self-awareness. He saw a therapist, joined a support group for artists on mental health. He learned to share, to say, "I'm feeling anxious today" instead of "I'm okay." At a film screening, when the MC asked about his letter, Jamie replied, "I used to think I was weak when it came to expressing my emotions. But it turns out, sharing is strength. I feel alive, being true to myself. Artists are also human." His words moved many people in the industry. A big director asked Jamie to speak to his colleagues to raise awareness about mental health in the arts. Dawn after the storm. 6 months after that event, Jamie's life has changed a lot. He no longer lives in constant stress. His career continues, but now he knows how to rest. His family is always a solid support, not only because they love him but because they understand him. One gentle morning, Jamie sat in the middle of the backyard, his little girl running around his feet, her laughter clear. Jamie looked up at the deep blue sky, the sunlight filtering through the leaves. "I thought I kept it inside for too long, but now I have learned to breathe, to let go, and to love myself in the most authentic way." He texted his manager, "Thank you for giving me time and space." And his wife, "I love you and our family." Quote,